Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there in the first place? Or maybe you found yourself pausing mid-conversation, searching for the right word that just doesn't seem to come as quickly as it used to. If so, you're not alone. Many people after 60 begin to notice these little lapses in memory, and while they can feel frustrating, they are not something we have to simply accept as an inevitable part of aging. Science is showing us that what we eat plays a powerful role in how sharp our memory stays, and even small changes in our daily meals can keep our minds clearer, more focused, and more resilient as the years go by. Think of your brain like a garden. When it's young, it grows quickly and bounces back from stress without much effort. But as time goes on, that same garden needs more care. Without the right nutrients, the soil becomes depleted, weeds take over, and the plants don't bloom the way they once did. The same thing happens in our brains when we don't feed it the right foods. The good news is that just as adding water and fertilizer can bring a garden back to life, certain foods can do the same for our memory. One of the most powerful examples is the humble blueberry. These little berries might look simple, but inside they are packed with compounds called flavonoids that act like natural protectors for the brain. Research has shown that regularly eating blueberries can improve communication between brain cells, helping signals travel more smoothly. This means better recall, quicker thinking, and even a lower risk of age-related memory decline. Imagine adding a handful of blueberries to your breakfast oatmeal or tossing them into a smoothie. That simple habit could be like giving your brain a daily shield against memory loss. But blueberries aren't the only heroes here. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are also incredibly important. They are filled with vitamins like folate and vitamin K, which scientists have linked to slower cognitive decline. In fact, studies from major universities have shown that people who regularly eat leafy greens have the memory of someone many years younger. Think about that for a moment. Just a simple salad at lunch or a side of spinach at dinner can literally turn back the clock on your brain. It's as though these greens sweep away the cobwebs and keep your memory clear. Another food that deserves a spot on your plate is fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, which is one of the main building blocks of the brain. When your brain has enough DHA, it functions like a well-oiled machine. Without it, memory and focus begin to slip. People who eat fish regularly often show stronger brain volume in the areas linked to memory and learning. So, by enjoying a piece of grilled salmon a couple of times a week, you're essentially fueling your brain with exactly what it needs to stay strong and sharp. Now, let's talk about something many of us enjoy, but don't always realize is doing us good. Nuts, especially walnuts, are not only tasty, but also incredibly beneficial for the brain. Walnuts are shaped like little brains, and that's fitting because they are loaded with antioxidants and healthy fats that protect against oxidative stress, one of the main culprits behind memory decline. A small handful a day can improve not just memory, but overall mental clarity and mood as well. And isn't it comforting to know that something as simple as a snack can provide that much support for your mind? Of course, it's not just about single foods, it's about patterns. When researchers looked at people who followed diets rich in whole, unprocessed foods, especially the Mediterranean diet, they found those people consistently performed better on memory tests and were less likely to develop dementia. This way of eating emphasizes vegetables, fruits, nuts, fish, and olive oil, all of which create a powerful foundation for long-lasting brain health. Think of it like creating a safety net for your memory, so even as the years go by, you can still enjoy the sharpness and clarity you had when you were younger. And here's the beautiful part. Making these changes doesn't require a complete overhaul of your life. You don't have to give up everything you love or follow strict rules. It's about small, intentional choices that add up. Swapping out processed snacks for a bowl of berries, adding a side of greens to your dinner, choosing olive oil instead of butter. Each choice is a step toward a brain that works with you instead of against you. As you start thinking about these foods, remember that your brain is still capable of growing and adapting. Even after 60, scientists call this neuroplasticity, and it means that with the right fuel, your mind can form new connections, strengthen old ones, and even improve memory in ways many people think is impossible at this stage of life. You have the power to nourish your brain and keep it thriving. So, whether it's the sweetness of blueberries, the richness of salmon, or the crunch of walnuts, your memory can benefit from each delicious bite. And as we continue, we'll look even deeper at other foods and habits that can give your brain the advantage it deserves. After all, a sharp memory isn't just about recalling names or grocery lists. It's about holding on to your independence, your confidence, and those special moments that make life so meaningful. Now, we've already talked about blueberries, leafy greens, salmon, and walnuts, but the list doesn't stop there. There are even more everyday foods that can make a real difference in keeping your memory strong and your thinking clear. One of them might surprise you, because it's something so many of us start our mornings with: coffee and tea. Yes, that daily cup of comfort is more than just a way to wake up. Both coffee and tea contain caffeine, which helps boost alertness, but they also have antioxidants that protect brain cells. Green tea in particular is rich in a compound called L-theanine, which works hand in hand with caffeine to sharpen focus while keeping you calm. It's like giving your brain a gentle nudge to pay attention without the jittery crash. Just imagine how satisfying it feels to sip your warm morning tea, knowing that it's not only soothing, but also quietly working to preserve your memory. And let's not forget about dark chocolate. Now, I don't mean milk chocolate or candy bars filled with sugar, but real dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. This type of chocolate is filled with flavonoids, those same compounds found in blueberries, which support blood flow to the brain. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reaching the brain cells, and that translates to clearer thinking and better recall. Think of it like feeding your brain dessert. A square or two after dinner can actually be good for your memory, and it feels like a little indulgence that you don't have to feel guilty about. Olive oil is another food that deserves special mention. It's a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, and has been shown to protect memory in powerful ways. Olive oil contains compounds that reduce inflammation in the brain, and since chronic inflammation is a key driver of memory loss and cognitive decline, this one simple ingredient can make a world of difference. Swapping out butter or margarine for olive oil in your cooking is such a small change, but it can set you on a path to sharper thinking and healthier aging. When you drizzle olive oil over roasted vegetables or use it to dress a salad, you're not just adding flavor, you're literally feeding your brain what it craves. Another powerhouse food for memory is turmeric. This golden spice, often used in curries, contains curcumin, which has been shown in studies to cross the blood-brain barrier and directly benefit brain health. Curcumin reduces inflammation, fights oxidative stress, and even promotes the growth of new brain cells. Some researchers believe it can help delay or even improve symptoms of age-related memory problems. Adding a pinch of turmeric to your soups, stews, or even a warm glass of milk can be a simple way to take advantage of this natural brain booster. Imagine how comforting it feels to sip golden milk in the evening, knowing it's helping to protect your memory for years to come. Berries, greens, fish, nuts, olive oil, tea, dark chocolate, turmeric dew. You see the pattern. Nature has given us a pantry full of powerful foods, each with its own way of nourishing the brain. The more variety you bring into your meals, the stronger the protection becomes. It's not about one magic food or one perfect meal. It's about creating a lifestyle where your brain gets steady support, day after day. And here's something many people overlook: hydration. Our brains are about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can cause confusion, forgetfulness, and fatigue. It's so easy to think a fuzzy memory is just age catching up, when sometimes it's as simple as not drinking enough water. Keeping a glass of water nearby, enjoying herbal teas, or even eating water-rich foods like cucumbers and oranges can keep your brain functioning at its best. Think of hydration as the silent partner in memory health. You might not notice it right away, but when your body and brain are fully nourished with fluids, everything works more smoothly. What's beautiful about all of this is that these foods are not exotic or hard to find. They are everyday ingredients you can pick up at the grocery store and enjoy in ways that feel natural and satisfying. And when you start weaving them into your routine, you'll likely notice not just sharper memory, but also more energy, better mood, and a sense of confidence that you are truly taking care of yourself. Memory is so deeply tied to who we are. It's the stories we share with our children and grandchildren. The ability to recall the lyrics of a favorite song or the details of a family recipe. These are the moments that bring joy and meaning to life, and they deserve to be preserved. By making mindful choices at the table, you're giving yourself the best chance to hold on to those precious pieces of who you are. there are still more foods and practices that play a role in supporting your brain. Some may surprise you, and some may already be part of your life without you even realizing their impact. Together, they create a foundation for a sharper, more resilient memory, so you can stay vibrant, independent, and full of life at any age. One that might surprise you is eggs. For years, eggs got a bad reputation because of their cholesterol content, but research has now shown that they are actually one of the best foods you can eat for brain health. Eggs are rich in choline, a nutrient that helps your brain create acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory and communication between brain cells. In simpler terms, choline is like fuel for your brain's messaging system. Without it, your thoughts and recall can slow down. Starting your morning with an egg or two can give your brain the steady support it needs to function more efficiently throughout the day. Another food worth mentioning is pumpkin seeds. These tiny seeds are often overlooked, but they are packed with magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper, all of which are vital for healthy brain function. Magnesium helps with learning and memory, zinc supports communication between brain cells, and copper and iron keep energy flowing to the brain. Just a small handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack or sprinkled over yogurt can deliver an impressive amount of these nutrients. They're small, yes, but they're mighty. Then there are beans and lentils, which might not sound glamorous, but they are steady, reliable sources of complex carbohydrates and fiber. These provide a slow release of glucose, which is the brain's main source of fuel. Unlike sugary snacks that give a quick spike and crash, beans and lentils provide long-lasting energy, keeping your focus and memory more stable throughout the day. A warm bowl of lentil soup or a bean salad can do wonders for both your body and your brain. Let's not forget whole grains, like oats, brown rice, and quinoa. Whole grains improve blood flow to the brain and support cardiovascular health, which is closely tied to memory. Remember, your brain is fueled by blood flow, so anything that helps your heart stay strong also helps your memory stay clear. Choosing whole grains instead of refined ones is another one of those small swaps that adds up to big results over time. And while we've been focusing on foods, it's worth mentioning lifestyle here too, because food works best when paired with habits that keep your brain active. Things like regular exercise, good sleep, and mentally stimulating activities, whether it's reading, puzzles, or learning something new, create a healthy environment where those nutrients can really shine. Think of it this way: food gives your brain the tools, but lifestyle is what helps you put those tools to work. Now, when you step back and look at all these foods together, berries, greens, fish, nuts, olive oil, dark chocolate, turmeric, eggs, pumpkin seeds, beans, and whole grains, you'd see a picture forming. It's not about eating perfectly or memorizing a long list. It's about surrounding your brain with what it needs to stay alive, alert, and thriving. Each bite you take is a choice, and every choice is a chance to nourish the memories that make you who you are. What's so encouraging is that science is on your side here. Researchers have found again and again that people who eat this way don't just maintain their memory, they often outperform others their age on tests of recall and focus. Some even show brain health more like someone 10 years younger. That's the power of nutrition when it's aligned with what your body and mind truly need. So, the next time you stand in the kitchen wondering what to prepare, picture yourself not just feeding your body, but feeding your future. Picture yourself remembering names more easily, recalling stories to share with your grandchildren, and keeping that sparkle of independence alive. You don't have to settle for decline or fogginess. With every meal, you can build a foundation for clarity, confidence, and connection. And as we wrap this up, let me remind you of something important. Small steps matter. You don't have to change everything overnight. Even adding one new brain-boosting food to your routine this week can start making a difference. Over time, those little shifts stack up, and before you know it, your brain is reaping the rewards. I hope this message leaves you feeling encouraged, because your memory is worth protecting, it's worth nourishing, it's worth celebrating. So, if you're ready to commit to keeping your mind as sharp as your spirit, start today with just one choice at your next meal. And I'd love to hear from you. What foods do you already enjoy that are good for your memory? And which new ones are you excited to try? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and pass it along to a friend or loved one who might need a little extra encouragement to take care of their brain. Here's to living with clarity, confidence, and joy, because a sharper memory means a richer life at any age.